I'm not making any comments.
I'm Adrienne Carter with DealBook, here talking with Mike Huckman, the Director of Media Strategy at the MSL Group, about the news of the day, News Corp, and obviously the phone hacking strategy at one of its main properties, News of the World. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me here.
So let's step back a little bit. You know, we've seen sort of a lot happen in 2 days. We saw yesterday that News Corp decided to close down News of the World, and now you're seeing the Prime Minister jump out and sort of slam it as well. So what's happening? Why is everything moving so quickly?
I think that from a PR standpoint alone is one of the most remarkable things of this story. I think that we've grown accustomed, those of us, I previously covered corporations as well, but those of you who still cover it, accustomed to, in a crisis situation, seeing corporations either A, go straight into denial and a bunker mentality, and then B, if or when they do come out of that, they then begin to respond to the crisis incrementally, in bits and pieces. So what I find so remarkable about this is that they went so far, so fast.
What they could lose, though, is the BSkyB deal, and obviously that's a much bigger deal. News Corp is looking to buy the 60% remaining that they don't own of this British broadcaster, and people were concerned that, you know, News of the World actually threatens that deal, which of course regulators are looking at incredibly. How much do you think that went into the math, to the sort of machinations and the moves that they've made so quickly?
Oh, I think that was, you know, setting aside the potential legal ramifications and the investigations that I mentioned a minute ago that are ongoing right now. I think that was one piece of the equation, but I think that the big chunk of the equation was, as you said, this looming BSkyB deal, and what is its fate going to be? And I think that certainly the market thinks that either A, it's going to be delayed, or B, it ain't going to happen, because we did see, as we speak right now, News Corp shares, I think, are trading down about 4% at the NASDAQ.
BSkyB's down about 10 or 12%. You know, it's been down most of the day on all week.
I think
on
it
this
closed
news.
down 7.5% or 8% today on Friday. So clearly investors think that either there's a delay or this ain't going to happen.
And regulators are now obviously in Britain saying we're going to have to reassess this to see if it is fit and proper, if the deal is fit and proper, and really to see if it makes sense for News Corp to take this over. You know, what are regulators looking for there?
I think getting back to what I said a minute ago, whether there's another shoe to drop. Is this the end of the story? And I'm not so sure that's the case. So I think they're looking at that. I think they're looking at what the public reaction is going to be. And then I think that aside from the regulators, let's consider the ramifications as well for quote unquote journalism, and I use that very loosely when I'm referring to News of the World, and the newspaper industry in general, because this is yet another publication to fall by the wayside as part of an overarching trend of decline in the industry.